Good afternoon. I'm on a mission to find a Shoshone burial site. I'm just outside of Twin Bridges. You can probably see the water tower behind me. It's actually a fairly nice day, although it may not look like it because the wind is blowing pretty hard. We do have a snowstorm coming in, but I'm hoping to find this little known roadside attraction just outside of Twin Bridges, Montana. So come on along and enjoy this little journey. Well, it's kind of a nice day and I got my work done for the day, so I don't have Lucky with me, but since it is kind of a nice day and I like roadside attractions and I like sharing with you these kind of oddity things most people don't really know about. So I'm heading down this one road just outside of Twin Bridges because I noticed this monument and these grave sites, but I'm driving down the road right now and I've got to switch my camera here because it's way more interesting to see the horses there. And it's major calving season right now. And there's lots of cows by the roadside. So anyway, back to my mission here. I'm going to be getting close to the big hole too, so we'll stop there at the big hole and see what the water level's like and if the ice is melted. I'm kind of curious about that too. So this is Melrose Road, and there is a bridge that goes over the big hole, but just off to the right, I believe the Rotary Club kind of made a monument of this grave site. And as you know, I for some reason like grave sites, and I've never really looked at this, so I think what I'll do is pull over. Well, that's their hay field. I better not do that, but well, I'm not really sure where it is, but that's kind of an unusual thing. And since it's actually warm out, I don't have like 3 layers of clothes. Do have a big scarf on though, because I don't want to get cold. Alright, so I think maybe I might have to go up and park by the bridge. See if I can spot it. It is right along here. Somewhere. Well, I think I'm going to have to get out and walk back down there. So I'm just going to pull up here. We'll take a look at the big hole, and then I'll walk down there and see if I can find that grave site. It's really unusual, and it's historically significant. So let me just pull over right here and walk up there and take a look at the bridge. Well, it is actually a little windier than I thought. So I'm here at the big hole. And it's right behind me. There's a helicopter flying back there. Don't usually hear military helicopters that close. Alright, so this is the bridge. It's mostly private property around here, so it's kind of hard to access, but from the bridge I can give you a pretty good view, and it's so pretty here. So those are the tobacco roots back all along in there. And that's Twin Bridges right there. You can see the water tower if you look closely. We've actually only recently had a good thaw these last few days where it got a bit warmer. So I think the ice is all out. Okay, so this is the Big Hole River. I'm having to voice over because the wind was pretty strong, so my original recording was not that great, and in some places you'll probably notice it where I'm talking live. But anyway, usually I would walk down there, but since Lucky isn't with me, I'm not going to go down there. But this is a pretty popular fishing spot, and the Big Hole joins up with the Beaverhead and the Ruby River. Of course, the Ruby River and the Beaverhead combine together, and then the Big Hole goes into those two rivers, and together they form the Jefferson River. And if you're familiar with the Jefferson or the river systems up here, you know that we have the Jefferson, the Madison, and the Gallatin. They join, and that's the headwaters of the Missouri River. So this is a pretty important area, but this is looking south right here. Okay, and so then now here we're looking north toward, there's Twin Bridges. So I'll try to zoom up here. You can kind of see it. Twin Bridges has two water towers. And again, those are the tobacco roots behind. So we're not too far out of Twin Bridges. Just kind of looking at the mountains here. Still quite a bit of snow. We're supposed to be getting another snowstorm here tonight. Maybe 6 to 12 inches of snow in the higher elevations. Only 3 to 5 inches in the lower elevation, like in the valleys. I'm hoping it'll miss us. So back behind there is, well, Cardwell, and then you go over the Cardwell Hill and you get to Three Forks, Manhattan, Belgrade, Bozeman, and all that. And Whitehall is the first town you'd get to. Well, I'm going to have to talk over this because the wind was blowing too bad and the audio is just really crackly. Even though I have my special microphone, it's not blocking out the wind. So anyway, I'm walking down there because I really want to find this, and it's pretty interesting. Just a couple years ago, all you could notice off to the side of the road were these 5 rock hills. And well, my husband told me that that was a burial ground. He kind of knew some of the history for the Shoshones. So I'm really curious to go back down there. Apparently, the Rotary Club recently, in the last few years, fixed it up. They put a plaque down there, which I thought I would have seen on my way up here, but I missed it. So I'm determined to find this. So I'm going to walk on down here and show you a little bit of the countryside as we go. That's the Big Hole down there. It's going to be matching. Oh, I saw some eagles, so that's what I'm showing you here. I don't know if they'll show up or not. Let's see. There we go. Yeah. It's kind of hard for me to see when I'm filming. No, those are not eagles. That was that helicopter that military helicopter, I don't know why it's circling around this area. I think that's a little bit unusual. So I was just seeing if I could spot that. So anyway, yeah, that's the big hole, and it'll join up with the Ruby and the Beaverhead not too far down there. All right, so I'm just gonna keep walking and hopefully I can come across it, but it's a nice walk. It's a pretty good day, except for the wind was blowing so hard that I can't use my regular audio, so I'm just trying to remember what's going on here as I walk on down the road. Okay, so up above those trees there were 3 eagles flying around. Can you see them? Can kind of see them. I'll zoom in. Yep, there they are. There's quite a lot of eagles around in this area, especially this time of year because of all the calving. They're great ranch hands. They help clean up the afterbirth. So there are just 3 of them there. I notice off in the distance there are some cows. There are at least a dozen eagles around this area. There's probably a lot more. I just see a group of about a dozen between here, Twin Bridges and Sheridan. Even though the wind is blowing, it's that cold. Okay. This is weird. I'm not seeing it anywhere. See what I mean? Roadside attractions are not always that easy to find. Well, okay, I'm going to stop this right now. And I'm going to go back to my truck and probably going to have to drive. Okay, I found it. It's really windy. This is one of the Rotary Club's monuments. They preserved this. You can see up ahead, those are the grave sites. Up until just a couple years ago, there was just the you could barely see where they had the rocks over the grave sites, and then they fixed this up, and then there's a nice little walk through. But look at this plaque here. That's pretty interesting. So it is a Shoshone burial site. Okay, so it's the family of Robert Dempsey. Yeah, his wife was a Shoshone. Margaret, sister of Shoshone chief, Tendoy, yeah, that's right, who was a descendant of Sacagawea. So that's pretty historically significant. So Margaret Dempsey, born 1830, died 1880. Well, you can read this. All right, so if you were to go to Twin Bridges at the museum, there's more information about it. But I want to walk over there. Gosh, just think, descendants from Sacagawea. This is on the Lewis and Clark Trail, by the way, in case you're not familiar with this area. Lewis and Clark came up I don't exactly know where they came over, but then they followed the big hole, and that's where they found Beaverhead Rock. So let's go up here and check out these graves. Kind of goes with all my cemetery videos. Yeah, so that's pretty interesting. They saved these. Yeah, so for the longest time, there were just these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 graves. And now they're preserved. They built this nice fence around them. So this is a really interesting portion of Western history. Yeah, so you saw how far I walked, and actually the river used to be quite close here, and it's moved all that way back there. That second row of trees, that's where the river is now. And then as you look out that way, over there's where Whitehall would be, and the Missouri Breaks are over there. I don't know, probably only about 60 miles, but of course back when Lewis and Clark were headed this way, since they didn't know where they were, that's quite a ways. We do have some cattle out here. Oh, I hope that wind noise isn't too bad. All right. Well, I would say mission accomplished. I found what I was looking for. Well, I hope you found this interesting. I like to present some of the more unusual things that most people don't know about here in southwest Montana. We're right outside of Twin Bridges, and we're waiting for our next snowstorm to come in. It's the middle of April already, but I guess they're expecting another 6 to 12 inches in the higher elevations, and down in the lower elevations probably about 3 to 6 inches of snow. But you never know. Well, hey, thanks for watching Travels with Lucky. I hope you enjoy it. Sorry Lucky couldn't be with us today. I don't know what he's doing. But anyway, watch again for our next adventure. Oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to say subscribe. And I'm supposed to especially say, if you enjoy these kind of videos, like this video. And again, thanks for watching Travels with Lucky.